Yeah.
And white people ping pong is like, okay, white people ping pong is like one person's not holding the paddle properly. The other person's like bouncing the ball over, and like as long as it makes it over the net, like I win. That's basically it.
Yeah, that's why people ping pong.
Yeah, exactly.
Sure.
And like they're always like ping pong's on a sport. I'm like, you just don't know how to play it properly.
Ready? Yeah. Are you excited?
Yeah.
So am I.
Wow.
Justin, you are on the podcast. Welcome, my friend.
Thank you.
Justin Chou? Chou?
Yeah. Chou or Chou.
Which one do you... Well, I mean, like, is it Chou or Chou, though? Like, which one is it really?
So my parents say Chou.
They say Chou.
But they're apparently wrong, and it's supposed to be Chou.
Really?
But yeah.
What do you mean? Apparently, what is there a story behind this?
In Chinese, it's Zhou, so that's like
Zhou.
closer to Chou, right?
Yeah.
But then I think when they first came to the States, they were just like Chou. So I guess it's pronounced Chow. And then I always grew up thinking it was Chow. And then people would be like, Cho? I'd be like, no, it's Chow. And afterwards, I realized, oh, it's Cho.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, like, because in Chinese, Mandarin,
right.
it's Zhou.
Zhou.
Zhou. See, that's the thing. We were talking about this earlier when we were having lunch. Like, it's hard, like, to even get the right sounds of a different language. Like, you know, obviously, like, all the romantics are, like, all very... Are romantics? Is that what those are called? The romantic languages?
Romantic languages.
Yeah. Those were all very similar in, like, the way you move your mouth.
Right.
Even English is similar to those.
Yeah.
But, like, Mandarin and a lot of, like, I guess Oriental in that area.
Yeah.
Like, Islanders. It's like... Ooh, wow, that's a sound. But that's, like, a very different, like... Your mouth moves different. The sounds are different. Everything's very different when you do that. And I have zero mastering of that ability. So you speak... Go over what you speak again.
English. Evidently.
Evidently. Maybe a little English.
Maybe a little English.
Yeah, whatever.
Mandarin / Chinese. I honestly don't really know what to call it. Like, some people call it Chinese, some people call it Mandarin. Like, whatever.
I don't know.
Chinese / Mandarin. A bit of Taiwanese, but that's just a spoken dialect, so that's not like a written dialect. I actually learned a bit of Hakka.
So is Hakka, isn't that like, what is that?
Yeah, so it's also a spoken dialect, similar to Taiwanese.
Yeah. I thought that was like Hawaii. Am I completely wrong?
No, you're wrong.
Okay, I am wrong. Okay, what is, okay. Why did I think Hakka? Oh, you know what okay, you keep going, keep talking.
Okay, I'll keep talking. So, Hakka, the language is, so there's like two main landforms in Taiwan. One's like plateaus and one's like flat, right?
Right.
So then people who used to live in the plateaus, they spoke Hakka.
Okay.
And the people who lived on the flat ground, they spoke Taiwanese. So then there's kind of like this, there used to be this division between like people who spoke Hakka and people who spoke Taiwanese.
Really?
Yeah.
Like, was there beef?
Yeah, like serious
like war beef?
Yeah, I think there was
basically
actually
like civil.
Yeah,
civil
war.
Yeah, civil war type beefs.
Yeah.
Wow. Just because that bugs me when people in their own sections just can't not even get along, just coexist.
Yeah.
You know, like I'd never get in like a fist fight with my cubicle mates. You know, like we're in the same cubicle. Do we agree? Not always. But I have my own cubicle, so I get to be my own human in my cubicle.
Yeah.
So why can't we just be separate but together? It's just it's a wonderful question, but obviously we can't seem to figure that out. A lot of wars, throughout history. Are you one of those people that like? Do you know your history very well? Would you say it's something that you care about?
I've learned a lot of like world history, but that's just because of school.
Like just
so literally from like ancient times all the way to.
Oh, you're just saying like the timeline.
Yeah, I know like my general timelines. I know general U.S. history, but if you ask, like, I'm not those history nerds where like, tell me when this event happened. Like, I don't know.
You don't know dates.
Yeah, like I'm not gonna memorize those things. I think the importance of history is just knowing that these things happen, not necessarily like when. Like, it's not so much about knowing specific timelines, but like knowing that this event happened and not to do the same thing if it's like a bad thing, right?
Yeah. History repeats itself if
true.
if you don't teach it.
Yeah.
That's like kind of the end of that saying. I remember one of my history teachers said that. I think he was talking about you know what sucked? History class during the 2016 election
Oh.
was a very annoying time because every day we'd go in there and my history teachers would just be like, all right, so since the world is ending, and I was like, oh my god, like not like it's just like very dramatized. They're like, what's happening now is reminding me of Hitler. I was like, whoa. I was like, Hitler killed millions of people. Let's not say it's Hitler.
Yeah.
You know? Let's just not do that.
Yeah.
Not because this guy doesn't suck, but just because Hitler sucked.
Yeah.
You know, like
he sucked a lot.
we're making Hitler sound dope.
Yeah.
And he just was not dope.
Yeah.
He was not it.
Yeah. he was not in. Yeah.
He wasn't in style. But that does raise a good question. Like, how does someone that like evil, or like other people like in history, like Pol Pot, how do they like get so powerful? In a way,
I think it's usually like people like probably the country is in bad shape, and then they kind of just want somebody to be there for them. I don't know. It's like my philosophy with religion has always been like it's kind of something that people lean on when they're in times of desperation, right? It's like they need to hold on to this higher being. So in my opinion, that's kind of why religion was like founded or created. And I think it's kind of the same thing for like tyrants, right? It's because like the entire country's in shambles. So like, what are you gonna do? You need this like strong guy there to support and say, you know, things are gonna change. Whatever.
Big strong man.
Yeah. Big strong white man. Yeah.
To say big strong white things.
Yeah. Exactly.
Like let's kill the not as big strong people or people that are big and strong, but there's not as many of them. So let's kill them instead.
Yeah.
Word. So, but you said something interesting. So like, I found out earlier you are a religious man yourself.
I am a religious man.
But then you just kind of like openly say like how it's kind of like a thing that we conceive in our brains. So I'm wondering, just expand on it. Maybe I'm misunderstanding you, or what do you think?
I think.
Or what is it to you?
Well, for me, religion, like, so I'm Christian. I think religion, throughout the years, it's been shaky for me. Like, I think I grew up in a Christian household. Yeah. And I feel like when your religion isn't your own, it's very hard to actually understand or to actually care about, because it's kind of just like, it's kind of like a culture in a sense, right? Where like it's kind of just pushed upon you and then you don't really think twice about it. It's like, I do these things because my parents do, and then I'm not going to think about it.
Right.
So for like 18 years of my life, that was kind of what Christianity was like. It's just something my parents did. I think coming to college, so people always say, so I didn't like it, but then people always said, you know, college is a time of make or break. It's where you know, make habits or kill off habits that are bad or whatever, or strengthen habits that are good. And then I was like, okay, so what am I going to do about Christianity? I think ultimately I decided to get closer because, I mean, my parents are 16 hours away by plane, so they don't really care about what I do here because they know they can't really control it.
Right.
So I kind of just decided to like make Christianity my own religion. But back to like the thing that I was talking about earlier about like religion being conceived by people. I think religion, well, I definitely personally believe that religion exists. I think there's always just a part of me that is like doubting it, because it's like something that, like I said, right, it's like something that people kind of came up with when they're like desperate and in times of need. But I still think mostly that it exists. And I think it might be kind of like hypocritical or kind of contradictory for me to say both of these statements.
No, it's okay. Religion's odd like that.
I think it's honestly like a daily thing, right? Where like sometimes I'm like thinking like, okay, if I die now, will I actually go to heaven? Like, does this heaven actually exist or not? And then other days I'm like, heaven exists.
I think I've found I'm not a very religious human in general, but I've found a lot of my faith lies in the metaphorical way of looking at pretty much everything, like in the Bible, all scripture really. Like, if you just take things as metaphor, I believe as much in like actual like Christian, the Bible theology, as I do in like mythology, like the Greek gods and everything. If you read the stories and then read them as metaphors, it's like it all is true. It makes sense. Like if you look at like, I don't know, Thor, for example. Let's look at our buddy Thor from Marvel.
Yeah.
But in reality, it's Thor, the Greek god of thunder.
Yeah.
And he's the son of Odin. Thor is like this really strong, like stubborn, just gonna punch my way through the situation. I'm not gonna put a lot of forethought. I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna fight harder than everybody else. And a lot of times, sometimes you do need that. Sometimes you need that iron fist. Let me just go. I'm gonna truck through this assignment. Blah 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 blah. Whatever you do in all of life. And then his dad, Odin, he's Thor Odin's son. So Odin is a really wise, strategic, like thoughtful leader. He sacrificed his eye to see more, technically. From I think Balder, maybe, I don't know. I know a lot of other shit.
Yeah, because you bought that book.
I did buy that book, and I knew before. This stuff I actually knew before. I wish I read the book. I bought the book because I want to know more.
Oh, okay.
And so Odin's like really smart, and he's very strategic, but he's also really strong. But he thinks around the issues, and he looks at them from like afar, and that's like basically, and to me, it's like learning to gain perspective, looking at things in other ways. Whereas Thor is more like when you need to put your head down and go. Draw from Thor, draw from Odin. Think of these people, be that symbol that you want to be. And I don't think that's any more or less true than, like, Adam and Eve stories, like falling for temptation. You need to keep your head on you straight, or you could go down a tough path, or, like, even just, like, I'm trying to think of, like, some other stories even. I don't even know. Like a lot of like the Ten Commandments. Yeah. Things like that. Like I feel like there's a lot you can translate that. Like those aren't bad things. Just because it might not have happened the way that it's said in the Bible doesn't mean that it's not true. It's life philosophies, really. I guess I'm a philosophical thinker.
Yeah. No, that's a very unique perspective. I feel like.
Yeah.
I feel like people, at least like in our generation, a lot of people are either like I'm very religious or I'm out like completely, or like I'm like super turned off by religion as a whole.
Yeah, I can't do that. There's too many people that have solved their life issues. Some people like legit change their entire life because of religion. Yeah. So I can't say it's not. Yeah. If it helps somebody, it can help you. Yeah. Who knows? True. Maybe it's helpful. Yeah. Oh my god. Oh, it's stopped ASMR because I got foamy. Actually, you know what we should do right now, Justin?
What?
Oh, wow, that's super foamy.
Chug.
Not chug. You know what we should do? So I usually take a picture and post it on the Instagram. Okay. But I never take one. I usually just like take a snapshot while I'm in the little podcast. Yeah. So let's just like look at the camera, throw up a little like a piece. I'm gonna do like one of these, I think. Yeah. Ready? 3, go. All right, I'll see that, and then hopefully I can edit that. All right. Right? Yeah. Yeah. So then I can have like a good post. Yeah. So have you watched any episodes?
I actually have not. I only listened to like the excerpt that you posted about Mike, because he was like the first guest that I recognized, right? Yeah. And then I was like, what are they talking about? Click into it. You guys are talking about his fear of the ocean. Yep. About how 100 miles out, it's impossible to get back. Yep. I'm like, kind of makes sense, yeah. I was like, I guess I'm scared of the ocean now too.
No, it's like I'm scared of being stuck. Right. Yeah. But I've had people tell me all types of things on this. Like some people are like scared of the craziest things. I was even talking to Belle about her fears last time. She was saying like haunted houses and stuff like that. Do you have any fears, Justin?
I feel like when I was younger, I did. So okay. Big Harry Potter guy, right?
Big Harry Potter guy.
Have you read Harry Potter before?
No, but I have not read it. I've watched maybe 2 movies.
Okay, darn. Okay, so anyway.
But I can hang with you. I think.
In the 4th book called Goblet of Fire, in the beginning, so Voldemort's the bad guy, right?
Yeah, thou shall not be named. Yeah. Right.
Yeah. So he who cannot be named. So in the 4th book, he's not like completely formed yet. He's still like a weird spirit type of thing. Interesting. So then the first chapter opens up with like Voldemort kind of being a person but kind of not being a person. So then anyway, it's not important. But then the part that I was scared about was at the end of the chapter, he kills this random guy and then he turns around on a chair. Okay. That sounds really weird. But then back in my old home in Taiwan, I had a spinning chair. Okay. So I was sleeping one day, and then from a certain angle, the chair looked like there was a person's head on it.
Really?
And I was like, this is really weird. And then I woke up, turned on the lights, took off my clothes,
Oh Jesus.
And then I was like, okay, we're done here. And I was like, I can't do this anymore. But yeah, I think that's like
what a unique fear.
yeah, that's probably like the only so yeah, growing up, I don't think I got scared of things very easily. I think
Not
I
like
was
the dark or anything.
no. Well, I guess that's like kind of
That's
related
the
to the
dark,
dark,
yeah.
but I wasn't inherently scared of the dark. I thought it was like fine.
Yeah.
I wasn't scared of like confined spaces or anything either.
Mhm.
I think I was just like a very adventurous child who just did whatever you wanted. Kind of like
Yeah.
me now, but
Yeah,
like
you do like to
dumber.
do-
Yeah, I just do
to do
whatever
your
I
thing.
want. Like, I feel like it's fun to try new things, even if
Yeah.
it's like scary. I feel like I kind of overcome that.
What do you what would you say you've tried? Obviously,
Mm.
you're here right now, which is a massive like leap step. Like you could easily just be in Taiwan right now,
True.
or just anything else. You could be doing literally anything else. But this
Yeah.
this is huge,
Mm.
and but that's one thing. But anything else like maybe like creatively that you've done that you were like, wow, like
Mm.
I really just went out and did that.
So, on the mission trip that I went on this summer, it was in Boston. So there's this thing in MIT that's popular called hacking. It's not like actual computer hacking. It's like climbing a building hacking.
Oh,
So I
Oh.
did that.
you climbed a building?
Yeah, five flights.
What do you mean you climbed a building?
Like the inside of a building.
You climbed the inside of it?
It was like
rock
a-
climbing almost?
Yeah, kind of. It's just like a bunch of like rusty, nasty like it's kind of like this, right? But like
Yeah.
imagine like you just climbed up and up and up. And then if you fall down, you might actually like get
Die?
injured. Yeah. Well, so people have actually died from hacking before, but
Oh
not
my God.
but it's like different places around the campus, right?
Okay.
So then on that specific building, nobody has died before, but like I'm not sure if you're familiar with like the MIT library.
I'm not.
It's like this dome.
Oh, no, I am.
Yeah, so that dome. So people have
That's
climbed
the
that
dome.
before. Yeah.
What?
And then some people have died from that.
Why would they do that?
Because it's MIT people. Yeah.
MIT
Uh,
being
yeah.
MIT?
Yeah. Because, when they're not too, like, busy studying, then they just
Yeah.
try to...
Which
I
is
don't know.
usually most of the time.
Yeah.
But when they're not,
Yeah, they just go climb buildings.
Let's hack.
Exactly, yeah.
And let's not hack computers, which they
Yeah.
also probably do.
Yeah, they also
But
do that.
They're like, let's hack in a different way.
Yeah,
They're sick
yeah.
of that hacking.
Yeah. Exactly.
Wow. So you've done that.
Yeah. That was this... I did it 2 nights in a row.
Really? So
Yeah.
you double hacked?
Yeah, double hacked.
Holy
Big
shit.
hacker.
You're a big hack guy.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Was that while you were... This was this summer?
Yeah, that was this
While
one.
you were at the internship?
That was before I came. So
It's like in
my
May,
mission trip
maybe?
was late May to early June. I think I got back and then the week. So I got back on a Saturday and then I started on
the Monday.
Yeah.
So June 5th? June 6th? I mean 4th?
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah, I think it ended on June 4th. Yeah.
Wow. Whoa.
Yeah.
So you were just straight up hacking 2 days
Yeah.
prior.
Yeah, that was
so
fun.
walking into Access, you were like, this is nothing to a player.
Yeah. I don't know. I just feel like it's fun to try different things, even if it's like dangerous or scary. Like,
Yeah. Have you ever done anything on like the creative side, maybe?
Mm.
Like,
oh, you mean like
Like
art?
art?
projects?
Yeah.
Well, I played a lot of guitar.
did you? Austin
Yeah.
just bought a guitar.
Yeah, I heard.
He's coming on the podcast on Monday.
He's gonna start playing for an
I
hour.
should have him bring a guitar.
just make him play for, just like sing all of his responses.
Play for us! That's what I'm gonna do to him. Play! Real aggressive, angry almost.
Yeah, he just sings all his answers.
Yeah,
Like,
I don't know what I'm doing. He's like, play. So, do you know how to play guitar?
yeah.
What can you play?
I played since 7th grade. I played a lot of Guns N' Roses actually.
Really?
Yeah, but I'm not Slash, so
No,
yeah.
of course not.
obviously.
'Cause Slash is only
Slash
Slash.
is Slash. But I learned like November Rain.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah.
It's a
I
beautiful
played-
one.
I know. Very difficult.
Yeah. I can
Sweet
imagine.
Child of Mine, Don't Cry. It's like the more famous ones.
Yeah.
I tried learning Welcome to the Jungle, but so I don't have an electric guitar here. I have one back home. So
Do
then
you?
I haven't played it in almost a year now, but I used to play a lot back home.
Like, can you shred a little bit? On
A
the
little.
electric?
Little.
Really?
Actually,
That's
yeah.
so sick.
I feel like
so
I feel like a
jealous.
lot of people don't like a lot of people assume different things about me when they see me,
Yes, right.
and most of these assumptions are just like incorrect.
Yeah. What would you say the assumptions are?
He's like a quiet reserved, shy boy.
I would think you're somewhat shy.
Yeah, I feel
I feel like I thought that maybe
Yeah,
initially.
yeah,
Maybe.
yeah. I feel like it's easy to think that because I don't know. I sometimes do keep to myself, but
Yeah.
that's only if like I feel like there's no point in talking. Like I'm just sitting. Like, 'cause honestly, I could have just sat at my desk for the 3 months here.
You easily could have.
Yeah,
and you would have been okay.
Yeah, I would have been fine. Like it was honestly either or.
Yeah, and it was cool either way. Either way, you're making friends with Chris Chandler and Matthew Dean and just having a good time. Yeah, no, I completely understand that. I feel like I'm probably, if I were to pick someone I was most like at Axis, it would probably be you. I feel like in that sense of like, I probably could have just gone the entire time sitting at my desk doing nothing and not making any friends, and I would have been completely fine with that.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, glad I had some good fun, good laughs, but it doesn't really change much.
Yeah.
Like, I would have been completely fine.
Yeah, for sure.
Not everyone's like that. It's like most people are either or, like somewhat shy.
Yeah.
Everyone's okay once you get them out of their shell.
Right.
It's just how much work it takes to get them out.
Yeah.
Me and you, it's just like a conversation.
Yeah, I agree, because I remember when they were doing like the thing about animals, like our spirit animals, we were both cats.
We were cats.
And like it was like mildly different.
I think I was indoor and you were outdoor.
Yeah,
maybe?
yeah, like I don't know what the difference is, but
I don't know
I
what the
was
difference
just
is
like,
either.
I guess we're both cats, so like sure, I guess so. Yeah.
I was like, you call me a pussy? You call me a pussy?
Yeah.
I was like, I was angry.
Straight to your face.
Yeah, straight to my face. Straight to my face. But yeah, I don't know. I think it could have definitely gone that direction. But I mean, no. But you play guitar. You're a religious man in a lot in
I'm also a frat boy.
You're also a frat boy.
Yeah.
Are you frat boy?
Yeah, I am a frat boy.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Is
See,
happening?
so I think that one throws the most people off, because
Frat
literally,
boy?
yeah, literally nobody assumes that when they see me.
No.
Yeah, and I don't really know what to say.
What's your frat?
It's called Phi Kappa Psi. Shout out.
Phi Kappa Psi.
Yeah. Phi Kappa Psi Brandeis. But yeah, I don't really know what to say. Like nobody. So that's kind of what I said, right? Like people make wrong assumptions about me. And I think that one throws them off the most. It's just like if I can go to class and then nobody will know I'm in a frat unless like I'm wearing my letters or something like that.
That's crazy though.
But yeah, but the thing is like, kind of how like you have two different personas where like, you know, you can either sit there for 3 months or like go out.
Right.
I can do that, but very extreme.
Yeah, extreme.
I
Very
can
extreme.
like party in the basement.
Yeah.
Like 3 nights in a row.
Yeah.
And that's me.
Yeah.
Or I can just study in the library, and I do that. Like,
yeah.
You know.
Frequently, I guess.
Yeah.
Either one.
Yeah.
Wow. All right, Justin. So what was this? What's the frat life like? First of all, and you're living with all the frat bros.
Yeah, yeah.
You living at the house?
Yeah.
So did you have to like do crazy shit to get in this frat or no?
We had a pledging process. Honestly, so people say like hazing or whatever. In my opinion, I don't think my frat hazed.
Okay.
I think.
Would everyone say that? I feel like you're. It sounds like there was some things on the edge, and you just don't feel like it was safe.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like, honestly, I would just describe everything that we did as like physically intensive or time consuming. I don't think it was ever like life threatening. I feel like for like if you go to like state schools, right? I feel like that's what's hazing, right? Like it's like I mean, I don't know, like climb this building.
No, my friend had to do some weird shit.
Right, yeah.
And he didn't do it because he was like, that would have literally like been at a cost of my
Yeah.
life. I would have been shaving off years doing this.
Yeah, like I don't think I ever had to do anything like that. So I would say honestly, I don't think it was really hazing.
Yeah, you were okay with it.
Yeah,
You made
but I also just have a very big tolerance for stupid things.
Yeah, so you were completely chill with it. Some kids probably like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
You're like,
Yeah.
you're sitting there like, yep.
Yeah.
That makes sense to me.
Yeah.
I mean, that's probably why you're up in there now.
Yeah.
So you're one of like the. So you're a junior now. So you're
Yeah.
gonna be like kind of running that bitch.
Yeah, so I'm actually vice president.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
VP
Yeah.
of the
frat that you just found out I'm in
of
like
the frat
5
I
minutes
just
ago.
found out you were
Yeah.
in just now.
Yeah.
Man, I mean, I guess I really don't know much about
Yeah.
you.
Well, okay, side story. My roommate from last year, who's not in Phi Psi, so he didn't know I was in frat when he agreed to live with me. So I show up and he's like unpacking and I'm unpacking, and then I have my like letters, and he's like what are those? And I'm like, oh yeah, I'm in a frat. He's like, he just looks at me for 10 seconds and he's like, what did I sign up for? And then like 4 of my my pledge brothers live upstairs from where we lived. They come piling down. They're just like saying hi to me, and then my poor roommate's just standing there going like,
What's happening? What's happening?
Yeah.
What's happening? What's
Yeah,
happening?
but like it was fine. We're really good friends now. But he was just like taken aback because, like I
Yeah.
said, nobody expects me
unsuspecting.
to be a frat guy.
For sure.
I think I'm like very not.
You're frat
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah, I'm frat bro.
Frat
yeah.
bro.
Yeah, frat
Right.
bro.
Because you can go out and go crazy at the parties
Yeah.
if you need to.
Yeah.
You know, or you can be frat bro, just chilling in the house. Or you could be study man. You could just go
I can be
studying,
study
go crazy.
man, yeah,
That's
that
so
is true,
sick.
yeah.
Hey, you're a versatile human.
I am.
You're actually a very smart guy too. You get a lot of respect at the workplace. Christian Lyrics could not speak more glowingly of your work. Apparently, your work must be good. You ever think about that? Like, you don't know what the other interns like. Are any
I
of
have
us
no
actually
idea.
good?
Yeah, I don't know.
Like, we don't know if anyone's actually good at their job.
Yeah, maybe we all suck.
Like, I think Bella's pretty good. That's the only person I could actually tell though, because
Yeah,
like
'cause
we
you
do
work
it
with
together.
her. Yeah.
So she's pretty good. You know, she gets her work done. She
Yeah.
does a good job. Craig
Yeah.
doesn't seem to have any complaints, which is all good. So I
Yeah.
think she's actually probably good.
Mm.
But like the rest of them, I have no clue.
Yeah.
Like, what if Mike Lynch is the greatest to ever be in the academy? Like,
Maybe,
what if?
yeah. He's
What
like
if-
expert proctor.
Yeah, or like Austin is like the greatest segment marketer
Could be.
prospect ever.
Yeah. I don't know.
Who knows?
Yeah. I don't know, but I also a part of me like cuz I'm a person who struggles between being very self-critical and also very egotistical.
Yeah. So
I feel like my entire personality is just two extremes. Frat boy, study boy,
Yeah.
egotistical, humble.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's hard for me to actually determine how good my work is because I feel like Chris is so nice.
That's
right?
so true.
And then when you have a mentor who's like I feel like over the top nice sometimes, it's hard to actually tell if like I'm doing this right.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, the more you talk, the more we're the same. So like, I say this to like Craig, honestly, my mentors, or like in life, like I say this to like my coaches back in the day, like everything. I'm just like, you just gotta just tell me, is this shitty? Just tell me it sucks, because I can't deal with the okay, I can see this area challenged you a little.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good though. It is good. It is good.
Yeah.
It is really, really good. I would say tighten this up. I'm like, just tell me it sucks.
Yeah.
Let me take it back.
Yeah.
I'll do it again for you. And tell me what to change, what I need to make better. Anything.
Yeah.
Just tell me it sucks
Yeah.
though. Like,
Yeah.
why does it suck too? You know?
Yeah, like it bothers me when you send something to somebody and they're like, "It's fine, I'll make some minor edits," and they like scratch the whole thing, give you a completely new thing,
entire thing.
and I'm just like, so it wasn't good.
So you're lying.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Which is, that's kind of part of the culture though at Axis. In a lot of
Right.
ways. And in a lot of workplaces, I imagine.
Yeah.
It's like, just be cordial, be as nice to everyone. Everyone's work is amazing.
Mm,
But, and I guess once you know somebody, it makes it a little easier.
yeah.
I don't know. I'd like real feedback though.
Yeah.
I appreciate legitimate feedback because I know that's how I speak to myself
Right,
internally.
right.
When like my internal motivation, my
Yeah.
internal work, I'm like looking
Mm.
through. I'm like, this sucks. Like
Yeah.
I'll scrap something, and be like,
Yeah.
I suck at this job.
Yeah.
Maybe do everything. Me watching like 8 YouTube videos on how to market, marketing for dummies 101, and then I'll come back and I'll write
Yeah.
it nice, or I'll make something like a
Yeah.
graphic or anything.
Yeah.
But yeah. So another thing that shocked me
Yes,
today
Other thing.
was your music taste.
Oh, my music
Not shocked
taste.
me, because it's honestly pretty common. But like classic rock
Yeah.
was not what I would have envisioned out of you. You should talk to Mike Lynch about that. He loves classic rock.
Okay.
Like loves it. It's like all he listens to all day.
Really?
Yeah, and he like knows a lot about it, knows everything. He sent me like a bunch of song suggestions, and they're actually really good. What would you say your favorite band? What's your favorite song? All this stuff.
So I don't think my favorite genre is necessarily classic rock. Actually,
What
I would
do
say
you-
it's like
harder rock?
pop rock, hard rock,
Ah,
like a bit
yeah.
more contemporary than like classic rock.
Like Nirvana almost.
Probably not Nirvana. So like Guns N' Roses,
Okay.
like maybe Nirvana, like things like that.
Yeah.
And then like a bit of punk, like Green Day,
Ah.
yada yada yada. Sum 41, like things like that.
What's the band you're going to see?
The 1975.
The 1975.
So they're like rock. They're just rock.
Yeah. I know
um,
nothing about the 1975.
They're like a British band.
Really?
Yeah. I listen to their music every single day.
Every day?
Yeah. I have a pretty unhealthy obsession with them.
Really? Is it that good?
I think it's good because their music is very diverse. So like they're categorized as rock, but I feel like they have a lot of songs that are not like classic, like stereotypical rock is like.
Which is good.
Yeah,
Because rock's been around for a long time. So
Yeah, exactly. You kind of need to like update.
Jolt.
Yeah, exactly. But they cover like a diverse genre, like a diverse genres, and then I feel like that kind of makes it fresh because it's like if I'm in this specific mood, I'll listen to this by them, and then like that for that and whatever.
Yeah, I think of that a lot of times when I'm listening to I listen to a lot of rap music, and a lot of rap's really shitty, but like I like it. So like, I think like Kodak Black, I love Kodak. I would never recommend him. You know what I mean? Like I wouldn't recommend someone. I wouldn't be like, "Yo, bro, he'll change your life." It's like it's not like that at all. I just like it, and I know that about myself. So I have a hard. So sometimes when I ask me like, "Oh, like, is it really good?" Usually I feel like I find myself being like, Kodak kind of sucks. Lil Uzi, I mean, like he's good. He's good. Party, he'll be good for you. Otherwise, you know, only person I really like find myself like defending to the end is like usually Kanye.
Okay.
Specifically, I'm a huge big
Kanye guy.
Like how you're a big Harry Potter guy. I'm big Kanye guy for sure. I love that. Love music like that. I think production, you know, like a full like. I like orchestra, even like old orchestra. I think it's like there's something really beautiful about it, like having a whole team of like musicians. There's the string quartet, and like you have like your flutes, the woodwinds, everything all coming together to make some really cool sounds. I think that's like the most beautiful thing in the world. Have you ever been to any other concerts?
I went to a Bruno Mars concert in 5th grade.
You went to Bruno Mars?
5th grade. Before he went, like, crazy.
That was, like, Grenade time, right?
No, that was when he released Unorthodox Jukebox, like, his second album.
Yeah.
The one with, like, When I Was Your Man. Lazy Song was the first one.
Okay. All right.
It was, like, When I Was Your Man, Young Girls. Yeah. Locked Out of Heaven. Yeah, that was his, like, famous one for that one.
Yeah,
but
that's a great album, too. He has all great albums.
Yeah.
Bruno Mars is incredible.
Yeah.
Really incredible. So you got to see him live.
Yeah, and back in Taipei.
Yeah.
That
must have been sick.
Yeah, that was before he was, like, crazy famous, though. Because, like, I just, like, what happened was I was, like, Bruno Mars is coming. My dad was like, okay, do you want to go? I was like, I guess so. Because that was the time when, like, I still bought, like, physical albums. So I had both of his albums.
Oh, you were buying albums?
Yeah, I was buying, like,
albums. So you were into music when you were a kid?
Yeah. I had like the Doo-Woops and Hilligans one, which is like his first one.
Yeah.
And then I had Unorthodox Jukebox, and I was like, I guess I'm a big fan. Let's go.
I guess I'm a Bruno Mars fan.
Yeah, I guess so. So we bought the tickets, skipped like the last period it was on April Fool's. That's why I thought it was so funny. But I was like, yeah. And I was telling my friends, I promise it's real. It's not like an April Fool's joke. I'm going to see Bruno Mars.
Wow.
And
that's so sick.
Yeah.
And anything else? Anything else you want to go to? Even?
Honestly, I don't really have like bands that I'm crazy about that
Except
I would.
For the 1975.
Yeah, aside from 19, dude. I saw that they were going on tour because their new album comes out on October 14th.
Oh. You know it's bad when you know the day of the album months before. Yeah, that's exactly. How you know it's bad.
Exactly.
I get it now.
And then I was like, and they said they were going on tour. I was like, I need to go on this tour because I got into them right before I came to college, like when COVID was happening. So obviously no concerts, and they weren't releasing any new music, right?
Yeah.
So obviously no concerts. And then I saw this, and I was like, I need to capitalize on this.
Yeah. How much was the ticket?
I got them cheap. It was like 50 something.
That's nice.
Yeah, that is very nice.
It's nice to be a fan of like, not lower level, but not like the
not
main
like crazy,
five artists in the world. Like
yeah.
if you're going like Austin went to the Weekend.
Yeah.
You know, like
wasn't it like
that
100?
hurts. That's hundreds of dollars. And then my cousin wants to go to Harry Styles.
Oh.
That's hundreds of dollars.
Yeah, for
See
sure.
you later, Bill. Yeah. Like never seeing that again. Even like a Drake concert, I can only imagine how much it costs to go see Drake.
Yeah.
Like, isn't it funny that a guy named Drake became like the biggest artist in the world? Like,
yeah, I don't know.
Like how did Drake Aubrey Graham, the guy from Degrassi, become the black Jewish guy from Canada? That's like the biggest oxymoron in the world. Black Jewish and from Canada all at once. You did all those things at the same time. Like usually one of those gets you bullied.
Right.
Like forget all three.
Checks all three boxes.
All three boxes. Light skinned Jew from Canada, from the 6. Okay, like, you know, super famous.
Yeah.
Biggest name in the world. Would you want to be that famous?
I don't think so.
Why is that?
I mean, as you probably know, I like to live a relatively private life.
Right.
By not telling you guys anything. But
But again, open book.
yeah,
You just gotta ask.
if you ask me, I'll tell you anything. But
Right.
nobody asks because nobody cares. But I don't think so. I don't like being in that position of power where it's like everything that I do gets seen by anyone. I think like even within like a club or even like a frat, right? Like I don't ever want to be president. I'm fine with being VP. I don't want to be president. And people
Like-
have asked me that before, like, are you going to be president next year? I'm like, no. Because
rather be the
I don't
VP.
want to be the face of FISI. I'll do anything, but I don't want to just, like, somebody look at me and be like, hey, that guy is the president of FISI.
Honestly, we'd be good partners, right?
You want to be president?
Because I want to be the president.
Right.
I like to run the shit.
Okay, yeah. I can see
Personally,
that.
I like putting my face in front of my work, especially if
Right.
I'm like really, if it's something I'm really proud
Yeah,
of,
yeah.
which I assume it would be if I was like getting super famous
Yeah.
or whatever. I like to just be like, hey, yep, that's mine, that's me, that's this guy, that's
Yeah.
me sitting in the back, it's you, that's the dude. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like that's the first thing I've disagreed with. I guess not disagreed, but don't think the same
Yeah.
as. It's not really disagreement if there's no right answer.
Yeah.
Correct?
No, there is a right answer. It's called
Oh.
not being famous.
Okay, so you because you have the right
Yeah,
answer.
and I'm always correct. So.
Always right. That's
Obviously,
true. I
yeah,
forgot.
yeah.
You're a teacher.
Yeah.
Yeah, that tested. Yeah, Justin made a test,
I did.
and
That's what I do at Access.
I got an A plus.
You did.
I got an A plus
Yeah,
on that.
You did. You did
Wow, I
get an
can't
A+.
believe I'm sweating right now. Is it hot down here? Am I bugging?
I think it's because you have long sleeves.
I do have long sleeves on. I was wearing white today.
Yeah, apparently new shirt.
Yeah, some semi new shirt. You got a good memory, dude.
Yeah.
How do you remember these things?
Okay, so I've told multiple people that I remember things I should remember, and I don't remember like very normal things.
Okay.
So if you ask me to like, I could remember when the Bruno Mars concert was from 5th grade.
April 1st. That's crazy.
Like obviously April 1st is like significant because April Fool's,
Yeah,
but
but still. It's
like-
grade.
yeah, but then I can't remember like what my classes are. You know, it's like things that like
Stuff
a
you go to
normal
every
college
day.
student should have like down, but then I just don't. And then my brain's filled with random things that honestly I should remember, but I just do.
What takes up your brain space most of the time? What are you thinking about?
Excellent question. Honestly, I don't really know until I talk to people, because
Okay.
when I
Do you
talk,
like forget what you're thinking, like what's happening in your brain as soon as conversation starts, or do you
No.
kind of like from I'll let you just speak.
my brain works really strangely. So if I'm by myself, I'm kind of just like on autopilot mode, unless like I'm doing something like productive. If I'm just, let's say I'm like playing guitar, I'm just thinking about music, right? Like I'm
Right.
kind of just like focused on that one thing, and then I don't really think about anything else. But if I'm talking to somebody, I just talk about anything. So I can talk for hours and hours about random things that just like pop up in my brain. Like I'll talk to Katie, right? I'll be like, oh,
Shout out Katie.
yeah, shout out to Katie.
Shout out Katie.
Shout out Katie.
Yeah, you have a
Yeah,
girlfriend too
I
that
do,
we found
yeah.
out about super later on. Was the first piece of personal information that we found out about you actually.
That was in like what, July?
Month and a half into, we just found out our first personal information about Justin.
Yeah.
Wonder if hi Katie.
Hi,
Wonder if
Katie.
Katie will see this. I doubt it.
Maybe I'll send it to her.
Send it to Katie.
yeah,
Yeah,
I will.
Katie should see this.
Yeah. I mean, I did tell her I was gonna come on this podcast.
Did you?
I did.
Wow.
I did. Yeah. I
Wow.
know.
So she's in
Yeah.
the loop.
Yeah, she is in the loop.
Nice. So you'll be talking to
Yeah,
Katie.
I'll be talking to Katie, and I'll just be like, okay, so she brought to my attention that I say this phrase really often, which is "I was thinking,"
I was thinking.
because I think a lot, but I just don't realize it.
Right.
And then I'll talk to somebody and be like, "I was thinking like this happened," or "I was thinking that," "I was thinking this," and then I was thinking, I don't know, Bruno Mars should come to America. I don't know, like
Right.
whatever. And it's just really random thoughts that pop up in my head, but I only realize that like I feel like they're always floating around, but I just don't really like know they're floating around until I talk to somebody, if that makes sense.
Interesting. So it's not like you're consciously aware of these things all the time.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like situationally.
Yeah, I think I have a lot of like subconscious thoughts floating around in my head, because I also have problem like sleeping.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then I always wonder why, but then it's because my brain has a lot of thoughts that I am not aware of.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah.
Wow. I've
Yeah.
never met someone that has that
Yeah.
issue or that was able to identify that issue.
Yeah, cause I told my parents that I was like having trouble sleeping, and
Yeah.
they're like, "Is it because you're stressed out?" I was like, "I am living a very good life." Like,
I say the same thing.
yeah,
all the
like
time.
I don't think I'm stressed out about school. Like, sure, like I did poorly on this test or whatever. Like, I'm not worrying about that.
Yeah.
Social life, great.
Mhm.
Whatever. Like living life.
Frat house.
Yeah, living life, wonderful. Like
Wonderful.
whatever.
Axis.
Yeah, Axis Communications,
Sick.
spot on. Christian Alaris, the
Dope.
best. But like I talked to somebody and then realized I'm thinking about these things, but I just never knew I was,
Yeah.
and it's strange.
Interesting. I feel like I'm very much having. I'm very conscious of my thought all the
Mm.
time. Like I don't have subconscious thought.
Yeah.
Like, I'm very much aware of what's going on
Yeah.
here. It's just it gets bounced so frequently. It's like a river.
Mm.
So unless something's being constantly shoved in my face, like this conversation, I
Right.
can focus on
Yeah,
this
yeah.
because it's constantly being reintroduced
Yeah,
into my
yeah.
brain. Like, all right, you're sitting right there.
Yeah.
You're telling me something.
I am.
I asked you a question. You asked me a question. I want to know the answer. You want
Right.
to know an answer.
Right.
So it's constantly in my face. Or like a concert. I can really focus on like a concert, music, because it's constantly happening.
Yeah.
But if I'm just thinking,
Mm.
like, fucking good luck. Good luck focusing on more than one
It just
thing
keeps
at a
on
time.
going down.
It
down,
just is like a
down.
river that
Yeah.
just flows, and once it's out of view, okay, what's next? Oh,
you in
oh,
5
what's
years,
that?
yeah.
Oh, what's this? It's what that's what it feels like. So I'm just constantly
Yeah.
bouncing from thing to thing to thing to thing to thing to thing to thing. I think that's why I like to write though,
Mm.
because I feel like it just kind of like flows into
Yeah.
something into nothing. I'll write like you should see some of the notebook pages I have. I just write the words that are in my head
Yeah.
onto paper. It's the most nonsense. It'll be like, I went yesterday, I had that, but then it didn't happen this way. And it's just like, fucking, what? It was like someone was hitting the middle button on that phone, and they're just like typing something
Yeah.
random. That's what it looks
Yeah.
like.
Yeah, I know.
My notebooks are gross. Do you doodle?
I have found that. Well, I journal like once a week.
You
every
journal
Sunday.
once a week?
Yeah, every Sunday.
After church?
Yeah. So in like the evenings,
Wow.
that's when I cut my nails usually too. So
Really?
You're learning a lot about me.
You cut your
Yeah.
nails and do that?
Yeah.
Your Sundays must be
Yeah.
legit.
Dude, I plan out my Sundays.
It's like,
yeah.
I'm going to go to church.
Yeah.
I'm going to get back.
Yeah.
I'm going to eat.
Yeah.
I'm gonna eat again.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do nothing in between.
Yeah.
I'm gonna play a little guitar.
Yeah.
Journal.
True.
Clip nails.
Yeah, exactly. Precisely. And then
Wonderful.
wake up on Monday ready to go to work at Access Communications.
Right. Wonderful. Wow.
Yeah. But I have found that like journaling, kind of like what you said, right? It actually does help me put my thoughts into words because it's kind of like I just have to sit there and think.
Yeah.
And I also feel like I could actually address a lot of my subconscious thoughts if I just like thought about them. But then I feel like in this day and age, it's like it's so much easier to just watch a YouTube video or whatever rather than like think about things. Just like
Yeah.
turn on Netflix and just like.
Yeah. No, you're right. Because even if you have a question, that's kind of a. It makes this podcast honestly kind of difficult because sometimes I'll ask someone a question and they're like, I don't know, look it up,
Yeah.
and I'm like, I guess like I could look
Right.
anything up.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
for sure.
and you'll get the right answer.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sadly, almost.
Yeah.
But I kind of like, so like when am I ever going to think about anything? When am I going to hone that skill?
Yeah.
I guess like it's good to majority of the things you can find online because then like it allows us to focus on the questions we have yet answered, yet to answer. But still, it's like we're just never going to think ever again. We're just going to like, all right, Google. All right, that's the answer. It's like, okay. Like I would never say, how tall do I think this house is? And I'd never be able to fit. I'd just be like, okay, hold on. How tall is the average house?
Right.
About 10 feet a story. So this is about 20 feet over. How boring is that?
Yeah. Like nobody cares.
Like what? Like why? Imagine if we didn't know. We'd have to.
Yeah.
We'd be like, all right, well, we got to think here. Like how tall am I? I'm 6
Yeah,
feet
and then,
tall.
like,
Let me
stack
add a
you,
little bit.
yeah.
We stack me up, and then we look outside. There's probably a little bit of roofing in the way. I'd probably come up with an answer between 18 and 25 feet.
Right.
But like, where is that? You lose all that.
Yeah.
It's all gone because
Yeah.
like you can just look it up on your phone.
Yeah.
Is that a good or bad thing?
I think it's mixed bagged. I mean, like kind of what you said, right? It gives you space and time to think about like what's actually important. But I also feel like it makes people lazy. And I
Yeah.
sound really old like this, but it's like, you know, back in my day, like, you know, you do things and you like figure them out yourself or whatever. And I think it's good to actually like care about what you're doing. It's like, I mean, it's like if you were asking yourself how tall is this house, you would ask like, why do I care? Or, like if I'm gonna put in time into doing this, like what do I get out of it?
Right.
Right. And then like I feel like that makes you finding out the answer more meaningful. It's like it's like, oh, I'm going to I don't know what you do with houses. But like let's say I'm gonna paint this or like I'm gonna wrap something around this house for fun. Like I'm gonna wrap
put
this
my
house in like
house in the
bubble
gift
wrap.
box.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
right.
Like I want to know like the dimensions of this house. Then if you want to do that, then you're gonna have to put a lot of time into it. But then once you can actually calculate everything and then get the proper gift box, then you'll be like, that was fun and that was meaningful.
Yeah.
But then now you're just like, 10 feet. Okay, I'm just gonna buy like 20 feet of gift wrap.
Yeah.
Yeah. And,
Or even like I guess it kind of allows you to be more specific with your questions. Like thinking generally is not common anymore because you can look up anything general. General fact is known. Everything general is known. It's all minute in detail. So like. Let's use the house example. It's like, all right, I need to know the exact height of this house.
Right.
Like this, like 20 feet's accurate. I want to know the exact height
of like this specific.
So
building.
that would be something we have to figure out.
Yeah.
Like then we'd have to go outside, get like 2 measuring tapes, stack them on
like
top of each other.
Okay.
Fucking like we're looking around like I don't even know how tall it is, dude. I don't even know. It's crazy. So that would be. So I guess that's kind of where like I guess any value is added in having because then it kind of just expands upon the question. But even like little things like bigger concepts like time like you're talking about on the ride back
Asian
like,
time.
you don't like thinking about Asian time.
Yeah.
But that's kind of all we got to think about now because we have all the answers to all the other stupid shit. So you kind of have to think about age, time, like time travel, like space, shit we just don't know. Like if we don't know, we can make shit up.
Yeah.
You know. What was your issue with time again? Like you feel like you're spiraling?
It's like going by too quickly.
Okay.
Or that like. Well, I feel like time is strange because your first, let's say like, honestly like 10 years of life feel kind of insignificant.
Yeah.
Like now that you're looking back at it, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, if that was what 10 years was, then I just multiply that by, optimistically 8 times.
I was just gonna say.
Right, like 8 times.
Which means you're only doing it 7 more times.
Yeah, and if that was 10, like if that was one time, then how much longer can the 7 times feel, or like how much more meaningful can the other 7 times feel?
And with every second that goes by, a second feels
right
shorter.
Yeah.
Because you've lived longer, so it's all time's all perceived through perception.
Yeah.
My dad, a week goes by much faster for my dad than it does for me because he's almost 60.
Yeah.
And I'm 20.
Yeah.
I'm 21, but I'm 20. And so for me, it's probably like goes by literally 3 times. His life feels like it's going by 3 times faster than mine is. And I just like couldn't imagine like being at that age, like getting older.
Yeah.
Like what I've done to this point, 21 years, I'm only going to do that like 2 or 3 more times.
Yeah.
Or 3 more times
like
even.
Maybe 3 times, yeah. Yeah.
That's like not that much.
Yeah.
Like it's a lot, but like there's an end.
Yeah.
And I think it's like we're just now getting to an age where like, not that like the end is near, we're approaching the end. It's like just the idea of like, oh, okay, the end is possible.
Yeah.
Whereas maybe if you asked me 5 years ago, I'd be like, all right, there's so much time.
Yeah.
10 years ago, especially. You asked me when I'm 10, 11 years old. I'm like, what are you talking about? Like they're like so old. They were born 80 years old. Like you know, like.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's why I don't want to be 20, because 20 feels like I've lived a quarter of my life. Like, I'm just thinking about my life being 80 years old, which, like, probably.
Semi-accurate, yeah.
Yeah. So, if a quarter of my life has already passed by the time I'm 20, like, what did I get out of all this?
You got very little for the first 20 years.
Yeah, exactly.
Little in terms of, like where your name, like, you know, you have 2 deaths. Like, one, like, is with last time is when you die.
Right.
Second's like the last time your name is spoken.
Yeah.
So how can you make that second life live on longer? Like, think of like Christopher Columbus, kept you alive just now, brother. Like, you know, his name will live on for a very long time because of his achievements and atrocities, but achievements and atrocities together.
Yeah.
Other people maybe that are a little less problematic. I don't know, like King Tut. Like he's still kicking in some way.
He died so young.
Yeah, and so long ago.
Yeah.
You know, Cleopatra, whatever. All these people from way back in the day. Jesus, Jesus is making it.
Yeah,
he's
Jesus is
gonna
making
outlive everybody.
I think so, yeah.
But how what have we done in these first 20 years to make? If I died today, I think the last time I got mentioned would probably be when my sister dies or something like that, and then from beyond that, it's no one cares anymore.
Yeah.
Which is kind of sad.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of so growing up, I was always I want to do something that puts my name in the books or whatever.
Yeah.
And I kind of gave up on that because realistically, 5 people in history probably 5 people make it in history. Basically what I'm saying is very few people make it in history, right? That's why they're special because they're one of, I don't know, thousands, millions.
Yeah.
So I personally, at this point, I don't care too much about making a name for myself.
Yeah.
I was talking to my dad actually when he was here in the States. I was like, what is success, right? What is success in life?
What a beautiful question.
And then, because I always used to think success was being famous. But then now it's more honestly, settling down, having a family, and caring for my hypothetical kids and make sure they grow up nicely. I feel like that in my book is success.
Is that what your dad said to you?
Yeah, because, well, he kind of thought a lot about what success was after he realized my sister was getting married.
You have a sister and she's getting married?
So she already got married.
Okay.
She got married while I was interning.
Okay. Wait, what?
So she got married on July 9th, I believe.
Was there a wedding?
Yeah, there was a wedding. It was over the weekend.
And you were there?
Yeah, it was over the weekend.
And you went to an entire wedding?
Yeah.
And came back?
Yeah.
And didn't tell anybody?
No, nobody asked. I don't know, well, actually, Bridget knew. So Bridget knew because she asked me, how was your weekend? And I told her.
She does ask.
Yeah, and I was
weekend,
and I was
how was your weekend?
I went to a wedding. And she was like, oh, what? And I was like, yeah, my sister had a wedding. She was like, oh, wow. Well,
okay.
But then before that, I told her my parents were coming because she asked.
Oh, so your parents were here recently?
Yeah, so they were here.
Yeah, okay.
They were here in,
wow,
I want to say early July or maybe late June.
This was before we knew anything about your personal life, so
yeah.
I guess that was okay.
It's understandable. I mean, I'm pretty sure the other interns are finding out while they're watching this. So,
yeah. Hey, yeah. I found out first.
Yeah. So you're ahead of them.
Yeah.
But Bridget knew, obviously. Bridget knows everything.
Yeah,
but I told her that my parents were coming or whatever, so she knew that. Anyway, back to the actual question.
Yeah. Success.
Yeah. So then because my sister was getting married, so then that got my dad thinking a lot about what is success in life, because I think he kind of realized that he had to work so hard to make sure that we were comfortable, that he kind of get it's kind of a trade-off between working a lot and also versus spending time with your family, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because it's how much money do you want to make that would make you and your family satisfied versus just being okay with a certain amount and then spending time with your kids. So then that was what my dad was thinking about. And then that kind of struck me because I was I don't think I want to sacrifice my entire family to go do what I want, what I dream about, or make it in history. I feel like people who make history sacrifice their life in other ways, right?
They need to.
Yeah, obviously, because like I said, right, time, very valuable and very scarce.
Yeah, great. What is it oh my God, there's a spider above you. You scared of spiders?
No.
Okay, you want to swat that thing? It's no, it's closer. It's in between us.
Oh, here?
Yeah. Oh, I don't think you got it. There she is. All right. Yeah, wipe that bitch away. I apologize for that.
Oh, it's here.
Oh, oh no.
I can hear myself clap. It's kind of... I feel like it's so trippy.
No, yeah, it feels... Well, it's a little doubled.
Right.
Triple even.
Yeah.
So it's a little strange. But, what were you just saying? This is what I'm talking about. This is the river issue with me. I see spider, over.
So, I actually have that issue.
Do you?
So, whenever I talk... okay, I'm going to bring up Katie again. So, this is an exception.
Katie better be watching.
I know.
She's getting put to the test today.
Yeah, no, I'm bringing up my personal life more often. But like when I call her, right, and then I'm just talking about something, and I just like completely switch the topic somehow, and then like 5 minutes later, I'm like, how did we get here? And then we like trace it back, and I'm like, oh, we were talking about this thing from like 5 months ago, and now we're talking about like school.
That's the podcast for you. Honestly, that's that's a good description of what this podcast goes like. Frequently, towards the end of the podcast, one of the things I'll say, or the person that's with me will say is, how did we get here? And I'm like, don't know, but we did.
Yeah.
What were we talking about though? You definitely
Time,
know.
success.
Time, success. Yes. So if you have it's like the Spider-Man quote, with great power comes great responsibility.
Yeah.
But with a lot of influence, and if you want to be successful, it comes at that price. Whatever you put in is what you'll get out at those extreme levels. Some people get really lucky.
Right.
Like hit the lottery. That guy hit the lottery in like Illinois for $450 million. Like sick. Like they got lucky.
Yeah.
They can make a crazy impact just from playing the lottery.
Yeah.
So that doesn't count. Yeah. But I will say 99.999% of the time you put in what you get out.
Yeah.
By the end of the day. You know what I mean? And so if you're not putting in, like I've noticed it recently, my dad's always described life to me as a pie. And you have time and you need to take a slice to school. A slice goes to work. A slice goes to access. A slice goes to your friends. A slice goes to your social life. A slice goes to your girlfriend. A slice to your hobbies.
Yeah.
However that divides, though, there's only one pie.
Right.
You only have one day at a time.
Yeah.
How will you prioritize your time? What will you sacrifice because say like podcasts. I started doing this a little over a year ago.
Yeah.
It took away from some stuff.
Yeah.
Sure. What am I slicing away though?
Yeah.
Sometimes it's fucking sleep. You go from 8 to 6 hours.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, all right, well if I record for 2 and I sleep 6 instead of 8, fucking I lost no time.
Yeah.
But you are losing sleep.
Yeah.
So it's like there's a constant game you're playing, of where am I gonna be taking away?
Yeah.
So if you have a family, family takes away a lot of the other shit. So forget your hobbies at that point. We're talking about that takes away your sleep for sure. Yeah. Hobbies don't even you can't even have hobbies. And then school, you can't do school because you need to work. So it just really not fucks up your pie. It makes your pie nice.
It's different.
It's just different.
Yeah.
So you have to kind of decide. And I found myself at times with this podcast, I'm like, I should edit a couple videos right now. I should throw together a reel or two, TikTok, and then I'm like, I'm gonna go to the bar and I'll go out with my friends instead.
Yeah.
So I'm not one of those people that's gonna end up being super successful in that sense. But maybe that's okay because I'll be super successful in another way with my family one day. I'll be able to drop this.
Yeah, exactly.
Because in the end, I prioritize my friends, my family, and my future family.
Yeah.
More than this podcast.
Yeah.
Hopefully. Fucking please. But those great conquerors of back in the day, Caesar.
Yeah.
Caesar didn't give a fuck.
Yeah, probably not.
He was dude, I am conquering shit.
Yeah.
I'm gonna boop boop boop. Here I come.
Yeah. He's probably
Caesar.
worried about getting assassinated every day or something.
He did get assassinated, didn't he?
He
But
did,
wasn't he by his boys?
Yeah.
Crazy.
It was by the second in command or something like that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Imagine your right hand man just
literally
stab him in the back. Chris, imagine you stabbed Chris.
I stabbed Chris tomorrow. Last day.
Last day. Damn it, Chris.
I've had enough.
Take a solution for that. I was saying
end-to-end solution.
Yeah, I hate when we use the verbiage solutions. I was saying, what if I went to Chris's office and I was just like, why do we call them solutions? I started slamming. She's like, that's not my call, Daniel. That's not my call.
Go find Frederick.
I'm like, Frederick, why do we call them solutions? She's like, still not my call. Go to the next office. I work my way all up to the top. The guy at the top would be like, I don't know whose decision it was, but I can change it for you.
We just drew names from.
Yeah, he's like, maybe it was Drew. He's like, we don't have a Drew. It's like, my God. I literally said that exact scenario just last time on ballots. Look at my flag. You like my flag?
It is nice flag.
Should I exchange this out with the Prestige Worldwide flag that I have?
Is the background black for the Prestige Worldwide?
It is.
Probably. I mean, this one kind of stands out a lot.
It does.
So
it's
it depends
blue.
on it. Yeah, it depends on if you want it to stand out a lot.
It's blue as shit.
Yeah.
For real blue.
Yeah,
right
it really is blue.
That's a real blue.
I mean, because the rest of the wall is
not blue.
Muted. That is correct. It is not blue.
That ain't blue.
That is.
I bet if an artist were to draw it, they'd use a lot of blue. Actually.
Mm.
Can you draw?
No.
You can't
I
draw at all.
actually cannot. I am.
Is that your one lack? Is that your one?
That's my one weakness. Yeah, the only weakness I have in this entire world.
As a human.
Yeah,
Everything
as a
else-
human being, I cannot draw. Yeah, no.
Like you could go play football right now.
Yeah, 100%.
Did you ever play sports in high school? What was school like? Is there any like? Am I being ignorant? Do I not? Is it really no different?
You mean Taiwan?
Yeah.
Well, obviously, everybody around me was Asian.
What's that like? All the white people here.
I'm fine with it because, so when I come to when I go to places, people don't assume I'm international or like I'm fob. You know what fob is?
Yeah.
Like fresh off the boat.
Yep.
Yeah, like those hypebeast Chinese people who like wear like Balenciaga, Gucci.
Supreme.
Right? Yeah, Supreme. Yeah, exactly.
All Supreme. But beanie.
Yeah. And then like people don't categorize me as those people, so I'm fine. Like when I talk to people that don't know me, they're just like, "You're from Massachusetts, right?" And then I'm like, "Actually, I'm born in the States, moved back to Taiwan, blah blah blah."
Born in Massachusetts?
I was born in
Virginia.
Washington.
Damn it.
Yeah. Close.
Washington.
Yeah, Washington State.
State.
Yeah.
Wow. So
Yeah.
not even close.
Yeah, not even close.
Where in Washington State?
Vancouver, not Canada, Vancouver.
Oh Jesus Christ.
So there's Vancouver that's really close to. You probably know like Portland.
Yeah,
Oregon.
Portland.
Yeah,
Oregon.
so it's like 15 minutes away from there.
Trailblazers.
Yeah. So it's like 15 minutes away from.
Is that
there.
Trailblazers? That's Trailblazers. Right?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. Portland,
Yeah.
Oregon.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gotta be them.
Oregon Ducks.
Wow, Oregon Ducks.
Yeah.
Are you a Trailblazers fan?
Okay. Other thing, I don't watch sports at all.
At all.
So
Other weakness.
Yeah. So Katie really likes football, so she's been trying to get me into that.
Really?
Yeah. Big football person. She plays like what is it called? Fantasy football.
She does fantasy
Yeah,
football?
she does fantasy football. And then
Oh my god.
I have no idea. I know so little about sports that you tell me a team, I don't know what like sport it's for, unless it's a really big team.
Like the Patriots.
Yeah, I know that's football.
Football.
Like
Right.
I know at least know like.
But
the
if I
Boston
said
team.
the Stars, the Dallas Stars.
Yeah, I'm like sure, like football. Yeah.
Hockey.
Oh yes. Okay, hockey. Don't even get me started. Like, I don't think I can name a single hockey team.
Cowboys are a star though, and they are Dallas.
Oh yeah. Oh, Cowboys is the football team, right?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
The Cowboys.
I know that
The
because
Cowboys.
Katie's from Texas, so I have to know that.
Oh yeah, no, that one's required.
Yeah, that one's
She's a
required.
Cowboys fan.
I think so. Yeah.
Or Texans maybe.
I think she's Cowboys.
Houston
fan.
is she's Houston and Dallas.
Well, she's from Austin,
Oh fuck.
but yeah, but I don't think there's any football teams.
She a basketball
there.
fan too?
She hates basketball.
What
See,
the
that's funny.
fuck?
That's funny, right?
That's so strange. I feel
Yeah.
like usually like if
Yeah.
you like football, you like basketball,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
basketball,
yeah.
football. Usually they're just like
yeah.
in cahoots. Interesting.
Yeah, but-
Good for Katie.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because when she was talking to me, she was like, before we were dating, she was like, I don't want somebody who really likes basketball. Like I don't want somebody who plays basketball. And I was like, I don't play basketball. And then I joked like afterwards, after we started dating, I was like, you got more than you asked for. Not
Yeah.
only do I not play basketball, I don't know anything about basketball. I don't
Yeah.
know anything about a sport at all. So you got more than you signed up for.
She's like, I kind of want you to know a little something about football. You can help with my fantasy team. Hey, Justin, you ever need any pointers? Just hit me up. I know everything about fantasy football. So if you need any help, I'm your guy.
Yeah.
She's like, hey, should I draft? You'd be like,
I was searching them up. I was like,
what is this, Saquon Barkley? What is
Yeah.
this, man?
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah.
So you never played any sports or anything?
I did table tennis, but that wasn't actually
motherfucker.
So that wasn't actually a sport that I like played like professionally or anything. It was just something that I did like for fun with my friends.
That's why you beat us.
You know, like okay, so I found it really funny because before we started playing, I think you said like watch Justin be like secretly really good at ping pong.
I knew you would
I was like trying so hard not to laugh because okay, so ping pong is like the one sport that I'm confident I am good in. Like objectively, like I know
You're good at ping pong.
Yeah, like I
You
know
are.
that I am good at it. So then when people say that they're good at ping pong, usually in America, I'm like, no, you are not.
You're not good at ping pong.
Because they don't like white people play with white people,
Yeah.
and white people ping pong is like. Okay, white people ping pong is like one person's not holding the paddle properly. The other person's like bouncing the ball over, and like as long as it makes it over the net, like I win. That's basically it.
Yeah, that's why people ping pong.
Yeah,
for
exactly.
sure.
And like they're always like ping pong's on a sport. I'm like, you just don't know how to play it properly. Like
Yeah.
I have sweated buckets from playing ping pong because like you have to bounce
run.
from sides. And it's
Yeah.
like very intense. You have to stay
So you were
focused.
like, you were really taking it easy on us then.
I
huh?
was, because I was like, let's just play, and then I was just like, gauge. Oh, so what I usually do for ping pong is when we're like warming up, I just serve really like casual balls because I'm just like gauging how good everyone is.
Yeah.
And then depending on how good they are, like I kind of match their skill level.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
you were up 5-0 on me, and then I think I went on a little run because
Yeah.
I just kind of
Yeah.
got a little loose,
Yeah.
and I'm like an athlete in general, so I can like kind of play everything.
Mhm.
But I started throwing you some serve, and then you just were like, I noticed like, I was like, the serve's coming in a little different now. You ended up beating me like 11-5. I was like, oh
Yeah.
shit, it was
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
The serve was coming in different.
Yeah.
You probably literally were like, and that's probably wasn't even the max serve.
Yeah,
for
no,
sure.
because ping pong's like the sport that I have a huge ego for.
Yeah.
So I can't lose.
No.
But if you think I'm like decent, I have friends who are like even better than me.
Really.
And those people just like destroy me.
You were nice at ping pong, and I could tell you weren't even trying. That's why it bugged me, because I'm very competitive. I like to be good at everything. I think I'm good at everything.
Yeah.
I'm not. So, like, especially ping pong. It's honestly one of my biggest vices. I'm not that good at ping pong. And I knew you were going to be good, too. I knew it. Not even, like, racist. I just, like, the way you were looking at the table. Like you were, like, shaping up to the ground of the table, like, feeling it. I'm like, oh, fuck this. No way, bro.
Yeah.
We're going to get smoked. Us white dudes all being super ridiculous.
Yeah, dude, I was eyeing that ping pong. Like, I literally
It just sits there.
Yeah, I literally told like my family. I was like, "There's a ping pong table at Axis." I was like, "I want to play," because I haven't played in like over a year. There's like a game room at Brandeis, but so I played there in like freshman year, first semester when I didn't have friends. So like
everyone.
Yeah, like nobody had friends, right? So like you just go there and hang out with people, and then I would play ping pong and like wreck people, and then they would like stop playing with me. But then like that's kind of what I did freshman year, first semester. Second semester I pledged, so like a lot of my time went away.
Yeah. Was your decision to pledge because you were like, all right, we could try to find some friends?
Yeah, I was like, Brandeis is the most boring place. So UMass Lowell sounds great because lots of people. You guys have actual sports teams.
Yes, we do.
So
we don't have football though. I wish we had football.
Okay, we don't have football. Period. Like, we don't have a football stadium.
We don't have football either.
And we don't have a football team.
And we don't have football either.
Yeah, we don't have hockey.
You don't have hockey?
We have no sports. You want to know what our best sport is?
What?
It's probably frisbee or Quidditch.
Quidditch.
Yeah, I didn't know that was a thing until I got here.
Quidditch. You would love Quidditch then, wouldn't you?
So, I like Harry Potter at Quidditch. I don't like people running around on broomsticks.
Honestly, I think that sport would be so sick if they got rid of the broomstick.
It just
Am I
looks
wrong?
so stupid.
Like I feel like you should only be able to hold the ball in one hand at a time. You shouldn't be
Yeah.
able to switch hands. You should have to keep it in the one hand. I think that's a good rule.
Yeah.
And maybe even like you should pick a hand before the play starts and put the other one like and strap the other one to you.
Yeah.
And then you have to do it all with one hand.
Right.
I think that's a much better way to go about it.
Yeah, but like I feel like watching college kids run around with broomsticks like between their legs just looks so stupid.
Now you look dumb.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
But oh yeah, so Brandeis, right?
No sports.
Socially dead. So Brandeis is known for being a school that it's like prestigious but not that prestigious.
Yes.
And the people there like work their butts off for absolutely no reason. Like actually, I'm not kidding. Like so my sister had a friend who used to go to Brandeis and then transferred to Berklee College of Music.
Right.
And then she was like, I transferred because people would go to dates at the library.
No.
I think she's joking. And then I go on campus and there are actually people there. Wow. Just like a guy and a girl sitting there and like chatting away.
Like doing something.
Yeah.
Like...
I'm just like no way. Like
you would never take Katie.
Like literally no.
To a library.
No, I will not.
Honestly, no joke. I went on a date to Barnes & Nobles once. And it was a lot of fun. But it was someone I was already dating.
Yeah, but well that's
so it was
different.
more like just a date, not like let me take you out.
Yeah, but like that's different from like saying like, oh, you want to like go to a date at our school library. Like, you know, if you want to go to like a library like at Harvard, sure, like that seems fun.
Barnes
You're at least going out. Yeah, Barnes & Noble's like let's go read books. Yeah, like at least that's something. Not just like let's walk for 5 minutes and then go here.
Let's go to Leiden Library
and then like sit there. And like secretly hold hands under the
let's hold hands under the
Yeah.
tables and then like get frustrated because we both need both our hands. We're gonna keep holding hands anyway. Worst thing in the world. When you're in like it's kind of like playing catch for like too long. You don't do the sport things. Right? You don't know this issue.
Yeah, I don't.
But say like I'll be playing catch with the football. Mm-hmm. There's a point where it just doesn't become as much fun anymore. Mm-hmm. But what are you gonna do? Just like
Not do it.
You should like catch it in the last spot and be like, yeah, I'm totally done. Right now. Like, no one does that. You keep going for. There's always probably I'd say about a fourth of your time playing catch is neither person wanting to, but neither person wanting to stop either. So that's what that feels. That holding hands is the same thing. It's like there's a little bit where you're just like, I kind of need this hand back, or like a hug. Even if it's like a long hug, it's like all right, someone's trying.
Yeah, someone's gonna let go.
Yeah. Do you give a good hug, Justin?
So I'm not like a physically affectionate person.
What is your? Oh my God, this is so loud. What is your love language?
Quality time.
Quality time.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
I really like quality time. I think, because, okay, I'm somebody who gets bored easily. As you can probably tell from being at work with me. Like, I get bored constantly.
You're doing things.
Yeah.
Constantly.
I have to do something. Like, I can't just sit there and do nothing.
Yeah.
So then finding somebody who, like, keeps me interested or, like, engaged, I feel like is kind of the thing for me.
Right.
Just, like, talking to me because, okay, so also people get tired when they talk to me because I talk a lot about random things and then sometimes it's too much for them and then I just think they're stupid. It's like keep up with me, please.
I'm with you.
Yeah, exactly. Like I like this, right?
Yeah, this
like
is good.
Like we're both engaged, we're both talking. But sometimes but sometimes I'll talk to like somebody at Brandeis, obviously, and then they'll be like, I'll be like, yeah, what's your name, blah blah blah. We get over like the small talk and I'm like talking about me or like I'm asking them about whatever. Yeah. They're just like
dead.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, like, and then they don't say anything, and then I'm like, how do I continue this conversation?
Can you give me some? Usually it's like you ask question, or you even like a statement that you can say a statement that what's the word, implies the other person should speak next.
Right.
Like, oh yeah, I never liked those movies.
And then you'll be like, oh,
and then you're hoping that exactly. You want it to be like, I'm laying it up for you. Yeah. You got it, dude. Done. Yeah. I'm laying you up. You know. And then, but no, some people just don't know how to speak.
Yeah. I don't know. Social cues.
Social cues are something we lost a long time ago, Justin. And I'm just wondering. I wish I could like see a catalog of my life. And wonder all the times I missed out on a social cue. Usually I can feel it right away, right after.
Yeah.
But I'm just wondering, like, when in my life have I, like, really avoided a social cue entirely and made myself look like a fucking asshole? Like,
that is a good question.
Because it's happened. There's no way. I'm not perfect. No way. No one is.
So I feel like I'm also usually like pretty socially aware, but then sometimes I also just like blatantly choose to ignore them. Like if I think it's funny, then I'll just ignore it.
Yeah.
Like, cause I honestly don't care. So if it makes me happy or if it's like a joke or whatever, then I'll just ignore the social cue.
You love the jokes.
I really do love the jokes.
Yeah. Honestly, you're one of like the top tier. It's literally like Jim Halpert level jokes. Like, you go out of your way.
I do. Well, that also comes with me being bored. Because, like, you know, I think it was yesterday when I came up with the alignment chart thing.
Yeah.
I was bored, obviously. Because, also because it's, like, my last week here. So, Chris was just, like, wrap up the stuff that you're going to do. And then I'm not going to throw new things at you. So, I don't like that because I like doing stuff. So, then I'm just thinking about what to do. And I just spent a lot of time thinking, obviously. And then I'm like, what's something that could be engaging and, like, you know, make people interested?
Right.
Yeah, so.
And then you're like, let's do an alignment chart.
Yeah, exactly.
I didn't know it was called an alignment chart when I got my test today. No, honestly, the funniest thing was at the bottom when you put your inability to follow instructions is amazing, or like is incredible, and then you just get A+. Simple instruction. That's what it was. Your inability to follow simple instruction is amazing. Yeah. Honestly, you're not the first teacher to say that to me. She's just like, why is this what you wanted to do right now? My greatest successes and most massive failures have come from me basically completely disregarding directions, like entirely. That's been always my biggest vice, but also is my best attribute. Yeah. You know, like if I can, like if I do it right, if I do something really cool, no one seems to bat an eye.
Yeah, exactly.
But if I'm like way off task and you know, don't fill up a full page, for example, it's like that's just it. Literally says like just do what it says. It's like, but I thought I could be unique.
You thought I could be special and quirky.
Yeah. So I want to be quirky. I'm not like other guys.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
It's one of those.
Yeah.
Justin,
Yes.
How long do you think we've been going for, my friend?
I don't know.
If you were to guess.
40 minutes.
It's been an hour 15.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I think we're pretty much done, my friend. What was your experience like on the DOD-Cast? We can wrap up with a good amount of time, so take your time with this answer if you want to.
What was my experience?
How was your experience? How was this?
It was good. I don't think I expected this setup.
You were expecting the studio level.
Yeah, because
right.
What I told you, right?
Yeah,
because it looks nice. It actually does look nice.
Which is interesting. It's
yeah.
hilarious.
Yeah, I was like, why are we going to the basement? But that's okay. Like, what is he gonna do? Is he gonna haze me?
You totally got hazed. Actually.
Yeah. And then we cut that part out.
Yeah, I cut out the hazing before every episode.
And then I don't know, it just felt like a very normal conversation. Like, I didn't think we talked. So I guessed 40 minutes on the long side.
Really, on the long side?
Because you know how you like to overestimate things to like make people feel better.
Yeah.
Like,
yes.
I'm like, we spent a lot of time talking, so it must have been 40 minutes.
Yeah, it must have been 40 minutes.
Turns out it's like almost
15.
double.
Yeah, almost double what you thought.
So
which I think is honestly more of a compliment. When people undershoot it, because I'm like, all right, time really fly.
But I was overshooting it for that.
The only time anyone has ever, I think maybe only one or two times ever, someone's ever got on the money. Someone literally guessed the perfect number, and then another person guessed over by like 3 minutes. Everybody else under.
Yeah.
And I think as long as they're guessing under.
Yeah.
Like, I could probably make like a compilation.
I think so.
Of all the guesses.
Yeah.
It's like people being like 40 minutes, 30 minutes, 25 minutes, and me being like, it's been 55 minutes. It's been 8 hours. It's been an entire day at Axis. But yeah, Justin, I had an absolutely wonderful time talking to you. This was amazing, my good sir.
Wonderful. Oh.
I do a handshake pretty much at the end of every single one. What was that? Yeah. What was that? That was crazy. All right. Bye-bye, everybody. This was good.